Hey, Cub fans. Thanks for joining us here in Cubs 24/7, where Randy talks Cubs. Cubs got the win over the Rockies today on the home opener for the 2024 season. Uh, Shutout, 5-0. And it was, outside of the weather, it was just a great day. It was 43 degrees. Um, it really rained a little bit in the seventh, eighth inning, but just sort of overcast. But 43 degrees cold, wind blowing in, so nothing went out and everything got knocked down that was hitting the air. So kind of a typical April 1st day at Wrigley, I would say. But we got it in without any delays. And there's a lot of good news here. Shota started, was awesome, just flat out fantastic. I'll walk through his numbers. So let's go ahead and just get into it. Opening day lineup went this way. Ian Happ led off in left field. Seiya was in the DH spot, and Belly was in center field hitting third. Christopher Morel was at third base, hitting fourth. Dansby again at shortstop, hitting fifth. Bush at first base, hitting sixth. Nico was at second base, hitting seventh. Tauchman got the start in right field, hitting eighth. And Yan Gomes behind the plate again in the 9-hole. 5-0. We scored 3 in the sixth and another 2 in the seventh. So let's just talk about the scoring first. It's kind of exciting. Let's go sixth inning. We get 3 runs. Happ gets a bloop single to left, sort of off the end of the bat. Just kind of a flare over the third baseman's head. Seiya came up and hit a solid line drive single to right field. Belly flies out to center, and then so Christopher Morel comes up. He's got runners on first and second. Seiya on first, Happ on second base. Christopher hits a really hard line drive in the hole between short and third, and it looks like Ian is going to be held up, and rightly so. This Jones left fielder that the Rockies have is really good. He's coming flying in. So you can see that Ian Happ sort of is checking up. He's gonna check up around third. Well, the left fielder misses it. It goes right under his glove. And guys, this ball runs all the way to the wall. So the merry-go-round is on. So Christopher gets to third base, and the throw in from the left field wall gets away from the cutoff man. So Christopher actually stops at third and then takes off again and finishes it out with a head-first slide. So we'll call it a Little League home run for Christopher Morel in the sixth inning. There was actually 2 errors on that left fielder on that same play. So that was a very exciting play. Place was going nuts. Christopher was all about it. So the sixth inning, Cubs get 3. We got another couple runs in the seventh. Nico singles. Then Tauchman gets his first single of the day, first and third. Gomes comes up with the infield in, hits a hard ground ball to shortstop, and the shortstop goes ahead and goes home, gets Nico in the rundown. Nico is out. We'll call it out trying to score, which is fine. Save the double play. It was the right play. Nico did well. And then Belly comes up and singles, and Talk and Gomes both score. So a nice little add-on in the seventh inning to push the score to 5-0. So that was the scoring. 3 in the sixth. We had 2 in the seventh. Had 9 hits total. Not a ton of offensive production. It was kind of a tough offensive day, really, for everybody. If you hit the ball out, you really had to get all of it and probably more. We walked 3 times, only struck out 4 times for the 5 runs. Let's walk through what everybody did offensively. Ian Happ goes 1 for 3 on the day with a walk. Ian is now hitting 400 even on the season. And Ian looked really good. Even his first at bat when he led off, very patient. I know there's been a lot of discussion, we'll say, about Ian Happ in that leadoff spot. And I know the numbers sort of make sense. He does have a high on-base percentage, takes a lot of walks. But he really had a nice at-bat as a leadoff man in that first inning. Very patient. Didn't chase. Seiya ends up going 1 for 3 with a walk today. Seiya is not, and he singled in the inning where we scored 3. Seiya's hitting 222. He's not near as hot as he was in spring training, but he still looks better. Not what he was, but Seiya's fine, hitting 222. Belly went 1 for 4 today, flew out 3 times. To everybody got a chance, left, center, and right on Belly, and Belly had the 2 RBI single in the 7th inning, but he's only hitting 214, so Belly's not hot by any stretch. So right now I got Seiya not hot, Belly not hot. Then Christopher Morel went 2 for 3 today. Christopher's hitting 412. Morel's hot; he just keeps hitting line drives. So he had 2 hits. The base hit he had in the 6th inning that scored those 3 runs was barreled up. His first base hit in the 1st inning, he cued it off the end of the bat and cued it into right field. I think exit velocity like 60 miles an hour or something like that. But he went 2 for 3. He's hitting 412 on the season. Dansby went 1 for 3. Dansby picked up an infield single in the 8th inning. And he's hitting 250 now. So Dansby's starting to show a little bit of life. Michael Bush went 1 for 4. Michael got his first Wrigley Field base hit today in the 8th inning. A nice, solid line drive to right field. But 1 for 4, and Bush is only hitting 154 so far on the young season. So Bush isn't hot. At the same time, Bush looks good at the plate. He's having good quality at bats, but so far he just hasn't been getting rewarded for the most part. So he's 154, but I'm not worried about it. I think he looks really good. Nico, on the other hand, I can't say that. Nico went 1 for 4 today, and had a single that we'll call it an infield single as well. But he's chasing. He struck out in the 8th inning on a ball that was eye high, and on the first pitch, he literally comes out of his stance, out of his shoes, and falls down. He looks like he's over swinging, trying too hard. I don't know, trying to slug, because that's kind of an area where he was trying to improve on this year. But Nico with his 1 for 4, but didn't look good at the plate. Even on his base hit, he didn't hit the ball hard. And his last at bat, he was just out of sorts. So Nico's only hitting 143. He's got 2 hits on the young season. So Nico, we're waiting on him to get rolling. Tauchman went 1 for 4 today with the single in the 6th inning to help score the runs. He's only hitting 167, but Tauch has good at bats. It's like Tauch is the opposite of Nico. Tauchman is hitting 167. But he's having good at bats, and he's taking walks, and he's not chasing. And he's hitting the ball hard for the most part, just been hitting it right at somebody. So I think Tauchman looks fine, even though his average at 167 is obviously too low. Yan Gomes, 0 for 3 today. Strikeout and the fielder's choice we talked about in the 7th, and a fly out to right. Gomes is hitless on this young season. He's gotten 3 out of the 4 starts. Yet to get a hit, and Jan doesn't look good. Jan was, to me, a question mark coming into this season. His age, right? He had such a great year, so solid, so consistent last year, and I was just, I don't know, my confidence level that he was going to reproduce that wasn't real high. Still isn't. He's off to a really bad start. He hasn't really had any good at bats. Went 0 for 3, so he's 0 for the season. So, we're 2-2, which is great with this big win today. But we don't have guys hot. Really, right now for me, Morel and Ian Happ, that's the only 2 we got hot. Gomes is struggling. Nico's struggling. Bush hasn't gotten a lot of good results. So that's kind of where we are offensively. Let's talk Christopher Morel for a second. We talked about his 2 for 3. Christopher made an error, and that it was the 2nd inning. And fortunately, the error didn't cost us anything. Literally, I don't think it cost us just that 1 out. But Chris Bryant hit a line drive pretty much right at Christopher. It was low, about knee-high on his right side, and he just crosses over with his glove and just tips off the end of his glove. And Chris didn't hit it hard. It was 102 exit velocity. They initially gave Chris a base hit, but they changed it, and it wasn't a hit. It's Christopher Morel should catch this ball. 102 miles per hour off the bat, and he's playing not deep third, but he's playing back. I don't know. He just took. I don't know. To me, it was the worst error that I've seen Christopher make, because it was just basically catching a line drive, and he missed it. And that was in the second inning. But no harm done. But when we got those 3 runs in the 6th inning, Madrigal comes in as a defensive replacement for Christopher Morel, and Madrigal had 2 chances the rest of the way, made them both. Nick also got an at bat in the 8th inning, grounded out third to first. So Nick is 0 for 1. Nick is hitting 200 on the young season. So that's the story offensively. 6 left on base, 2 for 8 with runners in scoring position. So we scored 5, but offensively we still got we're leaving I think meat on the bone here. We got some guys who I feel like they're coming. They just haven't done it yet. So let's go and talk about the Shota start. Guys, Shota was fantastic. He was all but perfect today. Remember, this is his major league debut, his first start in the bigs, home opener at Wrigley, and he was fantastic. I'll give you his line, and they'll talk about what he did. He goes 6 innings through 92 pitches, is what I had him for. 2 hits, both of those in the 6th inning, back-to-back. He goes into the 6th inning with a no-hitter. So he gives up 2 hits, strikes out 9, walks nobody, and 92 pitches, 65 strikes, and just was fantastic. 4-seamer for the most part, just pumping this 4-seamer with that arm side run up in the zone. Then he'd bury it low and in. He was using his splitter. He introduced a curveball slider, whatever it is. But he was moving that ball around, putting it where he wanted it, and for the most part had the Rockies hitters baffled really through 6 innings. Pitch count got up. That 6th inning, he had a bat that cost him 13 pitches. It took him 13 pitches to get a Rocky out in the 2nd inning. So his pitch count got up in the 2nd. Otherwise, he'd have probably gone 7 today. So Shota Imanaga is just fantastic. Looked like an ace to me. So we'll see, but it couldn't have gone better. Yency Almonte comes in, pitches the 7th, gives up a hit, a walk, and a wild pitch, but gets out of it with no damage. Took him 18 pitches. And then Drew Smiley came in, finished it out, pitched the 8th and the 9th, 3 up, 3 down, no walks, no hits, no strikeouts. Easy peasy. So the pitchers go 3 hits, 9 Ks, 1 walk on the day. So that sets us up. We've got Javier Assad scheduled to pitch against the Rockies tomorrow night, and we're 2-2. And the Rockies aren't the Rangers. That's the other thing. Just coming off that Ranger series and seeing that Ranger lineup, and compared to what the Rockies have, it's not the same. So my anticipation would be that we need to sweep these Rockies while we've got them. I think anything less than a Rocky sweep would be a underachievement possibly. So we need to get them all. Today was a nice start. Let's get everybody hot. Assad going tomorrow. We got the full bullpen ready to go. So I think we're all set up. I think we're set up. Get Nico going. Bush is going to get some of these balls falling in. And I don't know, Yan Gomes, I'll be interested to see if they probably just go ahead and give Amaya the start tomorrow. But Yan caught the game like you think he would. But right now he doesn't look near like he did last year, so I'm a little concerned about that. So that's the final, 5-0. We sang the song today at Wrigley, opening day 2024. We're off and running. I appreciate you guys checking me out here on Randy Talks Cubs, and we'll talk to you tomorrow. Go Cubs, go.